Hello, everyone, and welcome to this news episode where we're going to be discussing a little bit about the IT outage caused by CrowdStrike. So, what exactly did this outage come from? Well, it has an impact across sectors, and if we look here in the browser, you'll see that it's very recent, just a few hours ago. A lot of places are posting news about it, a lot of places are talking about it. You may see stuff on, social media like Facebook, TikTok, etc. So this outage had an impact across many sectors from, banking to most notably airlines, airplanes. A lot of airlines have been canceled their flights. There's over 500 cancellations, like 1,100 delays, over that probably at this point. You can see there's a lot of information here, and they're discussing a lot about, there's conspiracies about the IT outage and everything. Well, here's what you need to know. We're going to break it down. So, there may have been some data loss with this outage simply because when an outage happens, if data isn't properly backed up at the time, there's a good chance that we may have lost data. So, and especially with these sectors, the medical sector has been affected as well. So, some patient data could have been lost. Transactions between banks that use, in particular, Microsoft services. If you look at this Microsoft IT outage, since Microsoft has Azure as a cloud platform, which is relied on across many sectors and many industries, there are a lot of issues with this. And, we could scroll down and we'll see a lot of things here, such as people talking about it, like what really happened. Well, actually, if we scroll down a little further, and this has been released, it actually was a faulty software update. So it was not an attack, but it was a faulty software update that led to a lot of issues in a lot of sectors. And like I mentioned, it could cause data loss. So, as we mentioned, banks, hospitals, media companies, like the airlines, etc. Like there's a lot of sectors that have been impacted by this. And CrowdStrike actually works with Microsoft, and they were doing an update essentially. And what happened is when they were doing this update, it caused all these outages because when they did this update, it came across, it was a defect in a software update that they had published to a series of Microsoft systems. And because of this defect, it caused a lot of issues across the industry. And actually, they've already identified, isolated, and fixed the issue, but there's still recovery happening right now. Once you have an outage, the data you lost, the systems, maybe how they weren't working correctly, there's a lot of impact here. And if you're interested, you could just look up, CrowdStrike. You could look up Microsoft right now. I'm sure they'll come up in the search. There's some good videos and references. A lot of them are talking about what's going on, but I figured, if you guys are interested, I'd just give it a little breakdown. It's just from a software issue when they were trying to do an update across some systems. So it is not a security incident. It simply was just a faulty update, and it only affected Windows hosts. So if you have Linux or Mac OS, you're fine, and this doesn't typically affect you unless you're relying on the services provided through CrowdStrike that have been enabled in the Microsoft platform. So just a few things to keep in mind, and mostly, there was just that a short period of time where it really heavily affected everyone, and there's still going to be long-term effects, but it's been identified and the issue's been fixed. So for the most part, we're looking at just the recovery process right now. So thank you guys for tuning in. I just wanted to get this video out there in case anyone is interested in exactly what's going on. I just wanted a quick breakdown. So essentially, that's just all it was. It was just a software update went wrong. It affected Windows computers, and it affected multiple sectors because Windows, uses Azure, and there's a lot of services that Microsoft uses, and Microsoft was uh, most impacted here, but they just have, their fingers in so many different sectors and so many different, like, it just goes on and on. So, that's just a little news for you, and I hope you guys are staying aware, staying, update your machines, especially to get that fixed so it doesn't impact you if you're a small business or just a business looking to get updates about the outages. Now, I was going to click on one of these, but I don't want to endorse any particular source. But just know that there's a lot of good content out there, and even right here it mentions in the search engine optimization result, it was just a faulty software update. You know, it's not caused by cyber attacks, so we're all good here. But I hope you guys enjoyed this little tidbit of news, and I might start doing more episodes like this that cover recent news updates about this sort of stuff. So, I'm also looking up, upload some more videos here in the next week. So stay tuned, you guys. I'll be seeing you soon.